Hello, everyone, and you are looking at the CNN-fired parody satire channel, um, an additional channel, um, and I'm just gonna post this because I want to show. As you can see, your account at CNN-fired is currently suspended. For more information, please log into twitter.com, and we'll look at Twitter rules here, and then we'll look at the content of CNN-fired. And that this is nothing more than a case of silencing victims of crime. We may suspend accounts that violate Twitter rules. Okay, so here's the Twitter rules just so you see. Violence, harassment, and other similar types of behavior discourage people from expressing themselves and ultimately diminish the value of global public conversation. Our rules are to ensure all people can participate in the public conversation freely and safely. You may not threaten violence against an individual or group of people. We also prohibit the glorification of violence, terrorism, violent extremism. You may not threaten or promote terrorism or violent extremism. Child sexual exploitation. We have zero tolerance for child sexual exploitation on Twitter. Abuse, harassment. You may not engage in the targeted harassment of someone or incite other people to do so. This includes wishing or hoping that someone experiences physical harm. Hateful conduct. Well, that's a little bit ambiguous because people can twist that around, but you may not promote violence against, threaten, harass other people on the basis of race, ethnic, national, caste, sex, gender, or identity, religious affiliation, age, disability, or serious disease. Suicide or self-harm. You may not promote or encourage suicide or harm, including graphic violence. You may not post media that is excessive, gory, or share violent or adult content within live video or in profile or header images. Media depicting sexual violence and assault is also not permitted. Illegal or certain regulated goods or service. You may not use a service for any unlawful purposes or in furtherance of illegal activities, including selling, buying, or facilitating transactions in illegal goods or services, as well as certain types of regulated goods or services. Private information. You may not publish or post other people's private information, yet mainstream media, when people are charged with a crime, especially as adults, or if they were already in the newspaper, reported their name or anything, they're allowed to do that without express authorization and permission. Well, that's not right because police logs can do it, mainstream media and newspapers can do it, and so I'm sure that a satire media place can do it as well. If they have charges pending on them for crimes. So that, again, is just the Twitter problem here. And I'll show you that there's nothing going on. You may not post, share intimate photos or videos of someone that were produced or distributed without their consent. Again, there's no nudity in any of the films on there. So, oh, and by the way, on the CNN-fired channel, they can, Rolling Stone can promote terrorists as if they're rock stars on the cover. And you can produce things without consent as long as it's fair use. And as long as you're not overusing it. So again, that's constitutional. And parody, satire, and things like that count. Platform manipulation and spam. Again, this is like if you're selling stuff or whatever and bugging people. Civil integrity. May not use Twitter's service for the purpose of manipulating or interfering in elections or other civic processes. Well, that's pretty ambiguous because you have Black Lives Matter, which is doing just that, and they have no problem allowing these people to do that. You mean it on person, individuals, groups, or organizations in manner is intended to or does mislead or confuse, deceive others. Synthetic and manipulated media. You may not deceptively share synthetic and manipulated media that are likely to cause harm. Copyright and trademark. You may not violate others' intellectual property right, including copyright, trademark. Of course, they don't tell you about fair use. Enforcement and appeals. Learn more about approach. So, sorry about the noise in the background. You may not submit posts to display any video content on or through our services, include third-party advertising, without consent. Okay, so let's look at the content of the reason why. And they gave no reason why it was suspended. So we're going to go back on Twitter here and look at this channel. This is a documentary on case used by permission. Let's look at this. Oh, they would not allow the video to be viewed in the location. So I guess the United States government is now restricting media and free speech. Okay, so what is this video? Breaking Benjamin named in sexual battery assault cover-up on YouTube and the Black She-Dog on Twitter. Breaking Benjamin is named as a defendant. Well, this person is a celebrity band, and so that is not a Twitter violation. Twitter looks like you're covering up sexual battery that may involve a band on a citizen. And, oh wait, it gets even better. We'll look this up. This is going to be fun. We're going to have a long video on this, I guess. And we find the following. A public, yes, Twitter, a public case. Well, Twitter, you cannot. I'm pretty sure that if you're a public-private provider, this is a public court record. So I guess an individual has the right to report on it. And they put the title that there was a cover-up. How come the media is not talking about Burnley linked to a possible aggravated sexual battery and assault on somebody at a concert? Okay, so apparently mainstream media and paparazzi can report this, but a channel that wants to cover it up, like Twitter, and a company like CN5, which actually isn't a company, is not allowed to. So this looks like to me that somebody is abusing Twitter violations. It looks like Twitter is shutting up victims of crime. Mayo Clinic covers up trafficking victims, denial medical, ring holding her daughter, and teen boy under threat as communicable orders of death. Let's look at this. Russian collusion. And this is wow, we got court records. Linked. This is the case that I filed in Sacramento against Murders witness Properties and Mayberry in the Russian collusion controversy. Wow. Twitter bans this, and it's on YouTube. YouTube ain't shutting it off. Looks like Twitter doesn't want something getting out. But it doesn't look like a violation of anything. I mean, the content is used by the permission of the person. Boston police stacking bricks to supply looters and rioters. Racketeering much? Well, I thought free speech was allowed in this country, but I guess not anymore. We're on Twitter. And this was somebody else's post, so it wasn't even her video. Wasn't my video, it was somebody else's. Benjamin Burnley linked to drug dealer faculty and child trafficking at Pembroke Academy. And then there's a stolen boy found dead in a river. What's this got to do? Has it got to do with the same case? Let's see what this is really about. It looks like the mainstream media covered up this Rachel Luther. Well, who's Rachel Luther? Let's look her up. Rachel Luther, Pembroke Academy. Rachel Luther violated probation terms by using drugs. Former Pembroke Academy dean accused of returning to drugs. Ex-Pembroke Academy dean indicted on drug charges. She had needles, bundles of heroin needles in her possession. This is reported on CNN Fired. The only addition is that it links to celebrities somehow. I wonder what is really going on here, Twitter. Let's go back to that same Twitter account. U.S. Supreme Court trafficking Fairbanks scandal victim cover-up court genocide, whole families. Again, what's this about a stolen boy found dead in a river? Well, I guess it pulls up the same one. Let's go look at it. So what else is on there? IRS COVID relief. Witness tampering linked to cases on file, documented medical records showing evidence that a detention center tried to murder a witness. Twitter, that doesn't violate your rules. New Hampshire probate fraud, child trafficking. I thought you didn't support traffickers at all. But yet here, we have the same CNN Fired linked with this video of a documented case of child trafficking. And linked, Mayo Clinic. There we go. We have Mayo Clinic caught discriminating. It looks like this person is exposing the establishment. And you don't like it. So you're shutting them off. You're watching. This is a public group. YouTube video. As you can see on Mayo Clinic. And this video discusses how posts were made about a medical condition. And they went and removed it and covered it up. So that the person could not get again. Notice here, there's nothing violating anything. Again, this person also says GoFundMe. A human trafficker, linked to the case also above. And so it is they're also linked with Epstein, by the way. Genocide as well. And a few other people. And they're trying to suppress the whole story. And again, they're trying to even shut down GoFundMe. They shut down her case. Band is a classic rock band and several bands play. And here we have locally. It. Fred Epstein, named with a guy named Seth Handelman, who tried to adopt a daughter. There's an old Concord Monitor archive record of that. In fact, it made front page news on August 10th of 1999. So, again, it looks like Twitter supports human traffickers linked to Epstein and shuts down Twitter accounts that expose them. What's this? A U.S. affidavit linked to additional information to a Glenn Beck interview involving Thomas Clark's uncle Tim Strong. Oh, that's public mainstream media. Apparently the person has a copy of that affidavit. I don't understand why Twitter is shutting it down unless they're hiding something. Boston Marathon. Again, this person was exposing. Oh my, this is really scary. Laconia PD hired Boston Marathon Bombers Network. If this is true, I wonder if somebody's getting exposed and they don't like it. Russian collusion controversy and exposing nepotism. So, as you can see, oh, and she's been subjected to sexual harassment by these people, including Twitter. So Twitter's harassing them along with impersonating members on Facebook.
Connect or reunify.
So I guess Twitter
with my siblings
supports
who were
bullying.
Separated, to different families, and I'm finding all kinds of different unusual anomalies.
And we'll show you what they did.
You'll find that it was signed by Zimmerman.
Here we go back. Facebook record. Look at this. Look at this. Sexual harassment. And this individual had ties to Breaking Benjamin's group. Posting simulated child pornography on Facebook, impersonating family member. And it's not my brother at all. I show that in another video. So Twitter is also apparently supports people that harass people that are victims of child sex abuse. New Hampshire med student.
So as you can see,
Thomas Clark. Again, this guy shows up, who was a former informant, by the way, in the affidavit, is caught making a bioterrorism plot, documented by court record. Okay?
Crazy.
And Twitter shuts down the account. It seems like to me that they're just censoring the truth. So now, and later on in this video, you'll find out that she was kidnapped on the orders of this family, along with other people, and maybe had been injected with COVID-19 or exposed to it. And so the narrative of what really happened with COVID-19 may have been a bioterrorism plot. We're not saying that it is 100% certain, but why is Twitter shutting it down? It looks like Twitter, to me, is engaging in just plain old censorship. And it looks like to me they support human traffickers, rapists, child molesters. And people who sexually assault people. Okay, so we have Abdulaziz Al-Nami saying ISIS never attacked Iranians. Could he have reported me because he was offended because he supports ISIS? This is a comment on the World Trade Center attacks, which there was two, one in 93, another one in 9/11. And this idiot claims that I quoted the Russian Constitution, which I didn't. I quoted the U.S. Constitution. So, your sarcasm detector is truly non-existent. Okay, but there's nothing on this channel that's violating Twitter rules. It's all to cover up trafficking, um, medical violation, um, celebrities involved possibly in trafficking. I mean, but mainstream media can report it. Fairbanks scandal. Again, that was previous news. It's old news from way, way back. Ex parte communication to the U.S. Supreme Court. Oh, no wonder Twitter's shutting it down. And the people that are involved, Google Books. Look at this. Securities fraud. Again, public record, Twitter. Right there in front of you. All of these videos are banned on Twitter. Oh, it gets even crazier. Newham hired a fake guardian ad litem related to Nazi war criminals. Well, of course, they want to cover it up in anything to do with Nazis. And this is sarcastic comment, saying that nobody did anything about a disabled person being murdered. And, of course, I mentioned the person sarcastically saying it's the Russian Constitution. As you can see, the U.S. Constitution, Article 1, Section 4, and federal law says that elections are to be done by secret ballot. A lot of state constitutions have that. Twitter banned this account for making that comment. I guess Pompeo can be, a retweeted comment from Secretary Pompeo is banned. Lincoln Project. Obviously, if it was retweeted, I don't think that there's any promotion of any hate against any group. And this is just a study on masks in general in regards to COVID-19. Again, there's no nothing violating Twitter here. These are retweeted comments. And the comment to Posner, Richard Posner, who is a former judge. And this is a former image, by the way, that had shown the glorification of Tamlin Snerup, who committed the Boston Marathon, which is disgusting. So Twitter banned that. Oh, wow, the whole thing links to the Boston Marathon bombers. That's pretty shocking. Especially after viewing the videos there, that it does seem to be true. So again, so this is about exposing how some celebrities seem to support terror groups or promote them. I mean, Rolling Stone put him on the base of the cover and then sexually battered the woman who reported their network. And Twitter shuts them down. Obviously, this channel is not promoting terrorism, is against terrorism. Again, notice that Marshall versus Bentley tort case cover-up. Again, it's public record. This is not a Twitter violation. This is just a retweet from Judicial Watch. I don't see anything. Crime witness. Okay, so we have witness tampering going on. So now Twitter is engaging in witness tampering, by the way. And I'm gonna put that on YouTube. It's not just harassment, it's witness tampering. So I'm gonna find out who the board members are, and I will be filing charges of witness tampering and retaliation on Twitter. And I hope everyone sees this. I'm going to put it right on YouTube and everywhere that I can. Retweeted news. Oh, a picture of tonic water. Tonic water. Yeah, that's right. Tonic water contains quinine. That's right. Oh, Wichita Dwight D. Eisenhower National Airport violation of interstate travel constitutional laws. Interesting. Banned by Twitter. Again, a retweet on 60 cases of sexual misconduct, sexual assault. Obviously, nobody is promoting that people should be assaulted, but yet Twitter seems to cover up women that are assaulted. COVID-19. Again, there's a video up. There's evidence of it. Disabled veteran discrimination by car rentals. And this is just other news that's retweeted. I don't think retweeting news from other sources is a Twitter violation. I haven't found any Twitter violations. And again, terrorism charges on somebody threatening a governor. But yet, all these hosted by this channel are being blocked. So now it's official. Twitter is engaged in attempted covering up attempted murder on witnesses of crimes and a victim of several crimes, both her and her family. Oh, and if you didn't see the video before, the boy that was found in the river, we'll put him up here. This is public news. Again, not a Twitter violation. And I will sue Twitter for it if I have to. Oops. Okay. Isaiah Robert Nilram, 17, in Lewiston, passed away Tuesday. Okay. So as you can see, the boy that was found in a river, right? And somebody makes a comment on it. They might have put their own spin on it. That's fine. Because guess what? I have documents proving that they threatened, or that Thomas Aaron Clark threatened to murder my daughter on life insurance policies. Oh, and this is from Interpol. Of course, I wrote them. See the address there. So as you can see, I am indeed a witness. And actually, here we go. This is from an email from someone. I'm not promoting, of course, violence. He's saying that they're going to kill my daughter, make it look like an accident, and that he was taking a life insurance policy out on her. So this is extortion, by the way. So Twitter supports extorters if they're related to Kavanaugh in law and Tim Strong. So this is the CIA run amok, who are allowed to rape women, steal their children, bar them from employment, set up sexual abuse repetitively on them, genocide their families, and Twitter apparently, and human traffic their family, along with Epstein. And make bioterrorism threats as well. Send satanic cults after them. Withhold child support, of course. Remember, CIA officers' nephews are allowed to rape you, and Twitter supports this. And if you're witness to any crimes that they made or racketeered, then Twitter will shut you off and retaliate also against those witnesses of a crime. Fuck Twitter. I hope you hear that. And I hope you hear the language that I have. And I hope everybody on Twitter sees this video.